Okay. Yes, everyone. I'm your soul brother Talib, and I like to touch up on the subject in this video, which I don't exactly know the title yet or how I'm gonna word it, but I do know basically what the title of it's gonna be, and it's gonna be about the coronavirus, and of course, what does it mean to black people in this country as well. Okay, well. Once again, I just moving along, I just want to say that I saw a video earlier that was done, by our other soul brother, Angel Snup 7. And I seen, you know, those in the comment section and stuff, and I gave my little input as well on the situation dealing with this thing about the coronavirus and stuff. Now, first, before I get to the main point about this situation going on with this pat this situation about the coronavirus, I just want to say, you know, there have been diseases that have wiped out millions of people over decades as well as centuries. Okay. And in a way, I can understand why people around the world, especially even in the case of governments, are taking, this serious. But however, in my opinion, I still believe that they're overplaying their hand with this, because this disease is not as deadly as we may know about now, like the flu, HIV virus, which has been around for going over 3 decades, and these other, pandemic diseases that have been known to kill people much more faster than what we now call the coronavirus, which was said to have started over in China. And, but however, my thing about this situation is that, I concur with some things I heard earlier concerning this situation. Of course, matter of fact, I concur with the whole video as far as the subject itself go. Let me just make that perfectly clear, as somebody would say. But also, however, I just wanted people to know that, this coronavirus don't discriminate, okay? And it don't care what color you is, what your ethnicity is. If you, come in contact with it, like a couple of black basketball players in the NBA reportedly, came up positive for this virus, then you just got to deal with whatever comes with it. And if you could treat it, that's all good and well. And if you successfully can't, then hey, it is what it is. So all this crap, because of course, I don't watch too much pro-black social media any longer. But I was hearing how the pro-black community, especially like with the religions like the black Hebrew Israelites, the black, Muslims of the Nation of Islam and so forth and on, and other, I guess, parts of black social media, that's on that pro-blackity black stuff, was finally saying that God is finally punishing the Caucasian and that this coronavirus is going to wipe them out. And so that, the black man and woman could rule in the planet Earth once again and all this crap. Let me say this here. And far as that's concerned, and I mentioned it in the comment section under the video, that I saw today that brother Angel Snup Snup 7 did. And I'm going to repeat it in other words as well in this video that look, let's say, if the Caucasian was to get wiped out by this disease, every living Caucasian throughout the face of this earth was to get wiped out completely due to this virus, a disease called the coronavirus. And, and every other group of people beside black people being concerned was to get wiped out because of this. Do y'all think the world would be any different? First of all, who we hate so much and who we want to see get destroyed according to your religious, thesis or so-called religious prophetic thesis, you're going to be carrying on the same attributes, the same ways that they have carried on with for centuries. When it comes to oppressing people, messing over people, messing over different nations, different groups of people, and so forth. What make you think, black man and woman, especially here in America, that you gonna become any different of that? You got to understand something. We, particularly as black people here in America, have lived up under this Caucasian for over the past 400 years, right up under him. No other group considered black in this world, not even over in the continent, in Africa, or even in the Caribbean, have lived right up under this Caucasian thumb the way we have, and straightly had to directly deal with them from generation to generation. Okay? So we've adopted their ways more so than any other darker skinned group of people. And that would even include the Asians or the so-called Hispanics, okay? We've adopted their ways 100%. No way to get around that. So do you think if we was a situation like that was to allow us to take control, which that's not reality, of course, but I'm just saying, let's just say, if a situation like that was to allow us to take control and ruling in this planet Earth, boy, we'll be in bad company for real. Because of the fact that we carry on our Caucasian slave masters, oppressors' ways, as we've been taught to do for the going on 500 years. Okay, first of all, we got so much deep self-hatred for ourselves and one another, it would be almost impossible for us to rule, let alone in this land, but anywhere throughout the world, in peace. Just look at what's going on in the continent of Africa. You got over 50-some countries in Africa. okay, in the continent called Africa. And they still can't get it together. They supposed to be independent of they former European colonizers. And they still can't get it together. So what definitely make you think, as a so-called Negro in America, descendant of slave born in America, that you gonna have it together overnight if we are put in a position because of the coronavirus to take the Caucasians' place as rulers? What make you think that actually it's gonna be any better? You know, and also too, another thing I must say is that you will even find that overnight, within a short span of time, that our people, millions of our people, will be killed, like overnight, because of the fact that we are so much hateful one another in each other, and because of the conditions, according to the environment that we've been under for so long in this country as a people, that if the Caucasian was to even give us a few of these states, let alone us, promoting this idea of the Mississippi campaign, which was started by me and Brother Talik over 2 years ago in 2018, and we would actually take control of some of these states. Like I said, if the Caucasians just up and decide to let them niggas have a few of these states, since we tired of hearing their mouth about it, we'll give them few states and let them govern themselves and see how that, pan out. Well, I must straight say that this situation would not turn out too well. So all this crap about the coronavirus, gonna destroy all Caucasians or destroy all Europeans throughout the world. Listen, you might as well just get off that fantasy trip right now. The concept of religious beliefs that y'all already have, falling under, ain't did nothing for you. So your prayers and hope to your God or whoever that God is, that the coronavirus, in fact, is going to supposedly wipe out all Caucasian Europeans in this planet Earth, it's just simply fantasy. And as someone said, pure spookyism. That's all it is. I mean, we had the AIDS virus that came through here. And guess what? Guess who was the most affected by that? They said the Caucasians brought it or invented it, according to some type of conspiracy theorists or whatever. But however, they say that the Caucasians brought this disease among civilization. But yet it's affecting more darker skinned people throughout the world, especially over in the continent called Africa and other parts of the world where it's darker skinned populations at. Just as worse as it is affecting Caucasians in Europe and here in North America and Australia, or wherever we find Caucasians at in the planet Earth, okay? So, I mean, if you want to really get down to the nitty gritty of dealing with reality for what it is, then just think about what you're saying before you come with these prophetic theories about all of a sudden now that this coronavirus is going to all of a sudden wipe out all Caucasians. Well, first of all, it started in Asia, in China, okay? To be exact. Okay? And then it's been said that they used that as another form to destroy their own population because China does have a history of of using certain type of ways to exterminate their own population, especially because of their overpopulated birth rate. Okay? So the first ones that was to come in contact with this virus called the coronavirus wasn't Europeans. I mean, oh, did you just miss what I just said? I'm just saying, you know, and we know that Chinese and other Asian people are not Europeans, okay? Or Caucasians, rather to say as well, okay? So, I mean, you know, if it was meant to destroy white people, then how come it didn't directly start in Europe? Or matter of fact, where they're the majority at right here in North America? Or where they are the majority at even in Australia or New Zealand, you know what I'm saying? How come it didn't start there? You see? So, I mean, you got to stop all this misinformation, deceiving people, getting them to go along with these crazy fairy tales. You know, just because niggas want to feel good because of the condition they in. Instead of doing the hard work we need to be doing as a people to get ourselves up out this condition and state that we find ourselves in as black people, especially here in America. You know? I mean, you Negroes is too damn scared to even open up to the ideal of the Mississippi campaign, which is legal. You ain't talking about picking up no guns, going against these folks, as far as the federal government or they military. All you talking about doing is taking control of the politics of a state or a few states so that we can be finally free of the inequalities of racism, gerrymandering, police brutality, mass incarceration, you know, that affects us daily as a people in this country. And that we will finally be able to have laws on our side that is, created by us, where even Caucasians will have to respect. You see? So, but you so scared to even embrace that idea. And then when we first brought it to you a couple years ago, it fell on many deaf ears. But anything else we talk about, you know, ears is all open. Eyes is all open. We got everybody's full attention then. But for some reason with this idea of the Mississippi campaign, when we talk about taking control of a state like Mississippi, I mean, people just get quiet, especially those in the so-called pro-black conscious community that so much claim that they want separation from their racist oppressor, you know. But yet, you always, want to, go deaf ear when we trying to bring something real that has the certain probability to finally get us to where we need to be as a free people in this country. But you Negroes is so damn scary and punctified, you know. and also with this thing about the coronavirus, let's say once again, if it did destroy all white people, in fact, and the black man and woman was able to rule in the planet Earth again because of this, would that stop situations like 15 teenagers from teenage males from jumping on a female, which is, as far as I'm concerned, a sissified move, a punctified move. 15 cats jumping on one female, 15 dudes jumping on one female. How can you really even call yourself a man? And for those who were there and saw it go on and didn't do nothing to stop it, it's definitely nothing manly about you. You know? And this is the problem with the black community. We stand by and we watch our people get attacked by each other. And we don't even step in to do nothing about it. You know? But we want to call on people that we accuse of being racist, even to the point that we say shouldn't even be police in our communities. We'll depend on them and won't protect our own communities or police our own communities. You see? So to me, that's fake. You know, that's straight up fake there itself. And I'm talking straight directly to those as well in the pro-black conscious community. You know, that's fake. How you gonna say you want to police your own community? You don't want no black person being on a white man's payroll policing the community either, but you want to police the community period without being on a white man's payroll doing it. But you're not trying to create no environment or efforts to make that a reality. And number one, which comes along with taking control of a state that will open up them opportunities. You see? So, you know, like I said before, you know, we got our priorities as a people mixed up. And that's the problem. Until we realize and understand that, we're going to remain right in the situation that we're in as it gets worse and worse and worse. You know? And as far as, I mean, because I'm going to be honest with you, you know, because of the state of mind and condition we in, especially due to the environment that has molded us this way for hundreds of years of our captivity here in America as a people, you know, to be honest with you, it wouldn't make no sense for coronavirus or anything else to remove white people out the equation. Because you take them out the equation, boy, you think you talking about black on black crime being bad now. That won't even be an understatement. If we were in a position to where we could rule over ourselves and govern ourselves, that wouldn't even be an understatement. You talking about, you know, man, massive killings, wholesale killings like what happened in Rwanda back in the 90s, where millions of people within just a short span of time got killed because of tribalism differences, or because, or like over 6 million people in the Congo Republic in Africa I think in Central Africa, killing each other over diamonds. That the Peckerwood and them Asians getting rich off of. You see? So, like I said before, I mean, we got our priorities mixed up. You know? And once again, I'm going to say this. You want to talk about ruling or governing yourselves at least, just look over at the continent Africa. They have countries supposed to be independent black countries. But yet they trying to call the European colonists back to fix stuff over there because they can't, govern their own affairs properly without now trying to involve the European in it. You see? So, I mean, I'm just saying, I mean, when you really look at it and think about it, we ain't even in a position to even talk about ruling. Nothing. And then, first of all, black people here in America ain't never ruled or governed nothing anyway. We don't even govern the the skin on our body. Might as well say. That's how naked we is when it come to being at the bottom of everybody else in this country and on this planet Earth. So like I said before, I mean, we really need to get our priorities in check. When you want to talk about this coronavirus situation and all that, talking about the corona, and I didn't hear it even though, because like I said, the reason I didn't hear these pro-blacks talking about it, because I don't really get into watching these pro-black videos like I used to. I'm just, starting to hear about this, but because of their mentality, in the way that has been, molded in them over the years, I could see them saying something like the coronavirus is going to destroy all Caucasians in the planet Earth or kill all Caucasians in the planet Earth. I could see them saying something like that because of that, chocolate covered mentality that they possess, which is no different from the Caucasian races, who produced them to begin with. You see, so like I said before, we need to get our priorities in check, and we need to understand and realize that if we gonna change our condition as a people, we gotta stop being cowards and punks, be real men and women, and start doing the hard work that it's gonna take necessarily to make it happen in that manner, you see. And I just wanted, I wasn't gonna be on here forever, but I did also want to say this too, that consider what I heard also spoken about when I saw that video earlier today, when it was live. Heard once again, like I mentioned, about 15 young men in New York jumping on a female, and assumably they must have been black, because the way of how the subject surrounded this being talked about. It was spoken about on the video as well as in the comment section, of course, and I mean, I didn't read about it or hear about it, but I could see something like that happening because, of course, like someone in the conscious community used to tell me that's what niggas do, which is called nigga stuff. That's what niggas do, you know? And, I mean, this is reason why, you know, and I've said this in other videos before, numerous times, which I can't count at this point. But, you know, I live somewhere where I'm not around a whole bunch of black people, okay? And you could call it what you want. Oh, you running, or you don't want to be around your own kind, or you a Uncle Tom, or you a coon, or you this is. Let me tell you something. First of all, I'm not no rich, unquote, millionaire or well-off person living in the suburbs either, okay? And, you know, you got Pookies and Ray Rays in every different ethnicity throughout the country and world. And where I live at, though, it's predominantly white people, okay? But you got a bunch of white Pookie and Ray Rays, okay, as well, okay? Just like you got Hispanic and Asian and Middle Eastern Pookie and Ray Rays too, okay? But the thing about it is that this type of situation around here is not out of control. Because first of all, the fact that it is predominantly Caucasians, you know, who run and govern stuff where I'm at, they won't let this get out of control. Like a St. Louis, like a Detroit, like a Chicago, you know, like a Atlanta, like a New Orleans, like a Oakland. You see, like a Compton, you know, like a Newark, New Jersey, like a Baltimore, Maryland, you know, like a Bronx, New York, you know, Bedford-Stuyvesant, or Brownsville, Brooklyn, New York. You see what I'm saying? You know, or Cleveland, Ohio, or Gary, Indiana, or Louisville, Kentucky. You know what I'm saying? Or Omaha, Nebraska, or Kansas City, Missouri, you see. They ain't gonna let it get out of control like that. Okay, that's the only thing. And I would like to say this as well, is that I am glad to be fortunate at least to be in a situation like this. Because if I was back home where I'm from, I would definitely have to be highly more alert, even when I walk out my door every day, okay? And that ain't no way to live. And when you're around a bunch of Negroes, that's the reality. So like I said before, you know, that, of course, if, you know, the coronavirus was to take out the entire Caucasian race, and black people, due to that, was able to rule once again in the planet Earth, so to speak, boy, within hours, you won't even be able to count the millions of Negroes that'll be laying up dead. Like it said in the Bible, blood up to your brilla, or so however they say that, but how the streets will be flooded, paved, overpaved, and overflooded with blood and all that kind of stuff. You know, that's for the religious people, but I'm just making a, you know, commenting statement in relations to how that, you know, dictates what would happen if we were in that position because of the mindset that we got as a people. And like I said, all we got to do is look over to Africa and even or over to the Caribbean and see how blacks who are in their own countries govern themselves, which is, of course, not panning out too well. You know, Oh, so a lot of them wouldn't even be running to America or to Europe seeking, refuge from the hell that they going through in those parts of the world. You see? So, I mean, I'm just saying, we got to we got to really get our priorities together. I mean, we got to really get with reality. And that's what this platform, which I speak from, is all about. It's about reality. We keeps it real here. And that's what a lot of people can't get with. That's why we all kind of coons, homosexuals, swirlers, and all this other crap that we've been falsely accused of being. Because we keeps it real on this platform. And because y'all can't, those of y'all who can't articulate or understand that, but y'all got the knowledge you claim of the supreme wisdom to articulate every damn thing else, but can't articulate what we coming from this platform, shows that y'all really have a long way toward working to get y'all priorities in check. But like I said, I just wanted to, do this little rant for a minute, because I had planned on, making a video and kind of piggybacking off the video I heard our brother make earlier today. Like I said, and I just wanted to, make that point clear, that, like I said, hey, we not ready to rule nothing. We can't even come together to take control of a state. How in the heck is we gonna govern a country or govern multiple countries around the world or multiple continents around the world? And we can't even come together to take control of a state that would secure us to be in a more protective environment, for our women and children to be in a more protective environment from all this crap going on throughout the rest of society as far as racism and gerrymandering and police brutality and mass incarceration and racial profiling and all this other crap we go through every day as a people in this country. We can't even come together to take control of a state because of fear, because of, opinions and excuses, But we talk about we want to rule continents around the world. We have this fantasy ideal how it's going to be done. Like with all of a sudden now, since the Caucasians is going to die off because of the coronavirus, that would make it possible for us to be rulers of the world again. But once again, like I said, y'all need to come up out that fantasy trap. Because that's what's going to keep y'all deeper and deeper into, darkness, as well as put y'all deeper and deeper back into slavery. That's what's going to happen. That's what this pro-black conscious, blackity black stuff is going to do for you. And it's going to do it much, much worse than Christianity has already done. To enslave you. So like I said before, with that said, I just wanted to, put that out there and just let y'all know that it's time to really get with reality for real. And with that said, until next time, and to those of y'all that want to comment in the video, or under the video rather after it's posted on my channel, please do so. And I'll jot back and get with y'all in the comment section as well. And with that said, I'm Marty 5000. Peace.